So Sealoves will be in tonight, and Kindle will be coming out. Similar situation there. Has nothing to really do. Has nothing to do with his play. Similar situation there as we talked about the other day with Brunick. This is what's best for him now and for the future, just given his age. And so that's what I got for you in regards to lineup.
When you choose which games, Harrison or Ben will come out, does matchup have anything to do with that?
No, I mean, like right now, no. I don't think it will. I think we're looking at a lot of different factors, about the best time for them. And again, this comes down to, what's best for these guys given their age, for their development, what's best for them now, but it's also to set them up there, for the future as well.
Brunick, is he getting back in?
Yes. Yeah.
It's early, but you guys have done I think you're like 6th in the league in rush chances or something like that. Why has that sort of been an emphasis to kind of have that rush threat, that counterattack threat to keep opponents on their toes?
I don't think we haven't said like we want to be just a rush team. We haven't said that hasn't been something like we're trying to right now work on all areas of our game, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. I think there's been just as much talk there about generating in the offensive zone or generating off of our forecheck as there has been off the rush. I think we have talked about wanting to play fast, look to play north. I think for this group. I think the puck support's been pretty good, as a starting point, and I think, that's led to some of the rush chances that you're probably referring to.
What attributes about do the Kings have that get your attention?
Well, I think, obviously they got some really dangerous forwards. I think it's a group too that, just throughout their lineup, you got to be aware of when you're on the ice against certain guys. You got guys that can attack off the rush, but you also have guys that can be really good down low, and so you got to make sure that you're diligent with just making sure numbers and taking away, any kind of speed that they'd have coming into the zone. But then when we're in the defensive zone, just making sure that we're quickly taking away time and space, and they got the skill up front, but they also got some big bodies there that can hold on to pucks and protect pucks, and then play that low game that we want to make sure that we're ending those as quickly as possible.
Conversely, what have you liked about your team's game over the last few?
I mean, I think the 5-on-5 game last game, there was a lot to like, and we talked about that today, just a lot to build off of. I think you saw some of the chances off the rush. I thought we were doing a pretty good job there of working to get numbers. I think, you go back on that film too, and there was a number of missed opportunities, but they didn't miss by much. And so I think we're putting ourselves in some pretty good spots. And then I thought, in the offensive zone, I thought we got going a little bit more than we had in previous games. Just being able to get some motion, get some movement. I thought the net front was better last game, and I thought you saw that contributed there to the first 2 goals of the game. So it's still early. I feel like I've said it every game, but it's a starting point there to build off of.